Do you know what it means to be mentally strong? In 1914, Thomas Alva Edison's factory was completely destroyed by a fire. The fire was so severe that nothing was left. He suffered a loss of $23 million, and a prototype he had been working on for years was also destroyed. After learning about this entire situation, the way Thomas Alva Edison reacted is what is called mental toughness. Do you know what he said? He said, "There is great value in disaster. All our mistakes are burned up. Thank God we can start anew." A mentally strong person has this great quality of being able to handle themselves even in the worst of times and maintaining a positive approach. But the fact is that no one is mentally strong from the beginning. Just like a good diet and regular exercise make you physically strong, there are habits that can make a mentally weak person mentally strong. And today in this video, we are going to talk about some habits of mentally strong people. So let's start. The first habit is embracing change. The eagle is the only bird that can live up to 70 years. But to live to this age, every eagle has to make a very difficult decision. After living for 40 years, an eagle's talons are no longer capable of hunting easily. Its talons become weak and are no longer flexible. Moreover, its sharp and long beak becomes bent, and its feathers become so thick that flying becomes difficult. At the age of 40, this is the time when an eagle has only two options. First, to die in this state, or second, to accept a very painful process of change. In an eagle's life, this process lasts 150 days, and for this process, the eagle has to go and sit on the top of a mountain. There, it has to keep hitting its beak against a rock until its beak falls off. After the beak is gone, the eagle waits for a new beak to grow. Once the new beak grows, it uses it to pluck out its talons and waits for new talons to grow. When its sharp new talons come back, it uses them to pluck out its old, thick feathers so that new, lighter feathers can grow. Finally, after a painful 150 days, the eagle takes a new flight into a new life and starts living the remaining 30 years. To survive and to live life, one has to accept a painful challenge. And remember, when it rains, all the birds seek shelter. But the eagle is the only bird that can fly above the clouds instead of trying to avoid the rain. Therefore, a mentally strong person also embraces and accepts every difficult change and goes through it to become stronger. They are not afraid of change. The second habit is establishing boundaries. Remember the last time when you had to do something that ruined your entire schedule and plan, and later you regretted that if only you had said no to that task, you might have completed your other important tasks well. If this often happens to you, sorry, you might not be that mentally strong. Because a mentally strong person knows their boundaries, meaning their line of control. They know what tasks to say yes to and what tasks to say no to. They know which conversations to be a part of and which ones not to. They know what to eat and what not to. A mentally strong person knows all this very well, meaning a mentally strong person is very selective. Before we continue, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and give us a like. It's completely free for you, and it helps us a lot. The third habit is the power of sacrifice. People who understand human psychology know well that sacrifice builds resilience, resilience builds strength, strength builds power, and power builds purpose. A perfect example of this is Pat Tillman. Pat Tillman was a professional NFL player for the Arizona Cardinals, enjoying a successful career and a multi-million-dollar contract. However, after the September 11th attacks in 2001, Tillman felt a deep sense of duty to his country. Despite the lucrative opportunities and fame associated with his football career, Tillman made the incredible sacrifice of leaving it all behind to enlist in the U.S. Army. This decision showcased his immense discipline and commitment to a higher purpose. Tragically, Tillman made the ultimate sacrifice when he was killed in action in Afghanistan in 2004. His story is a powerful testament to the idea that no purpose can be achieved without sacrifice, whether it's leaving behind a successful career, giving up personal comforts, or risking one's life. Mentally strong people like Pat Tillman never back down from making these sacrifices for a greater cause. The fourth habit is embracing failure and mistakes. If you think Elon Musk is someone who plans everything with success in mind, you might be wrong. Regarding SpaceX's plans, he once gave an interview where he said, "I want to be able to make sure that we have enough capital to survive 3 constructive failures." And if you understand this carefully, this thought process clearly explains that being mentally strong doesn't just mean preparing for success. Being mentally strong means being equally open and ready for failure. The fifth habit is self-love. Once, I saw a guy in the office who was very physically attractive, and there was a unique glow on his face. I thought he might be a new designer who had recently completed college and started his corporate life. Then, as usual, my day started, and according to the schedule, I had to attend a meeting. That guy was already sitting in the meeting room, and when I saw him again, I was a little confused. But then my manager made an announcement and introduced the guest who would provide process-related advice, and he was the director of a business unit. And guess who this director was? The same young-looking guy. Later, when I talked to that director, he told me that he handles a very critical business unit and his schedule is fully packed. But he doesn't start his day without first working on his physical and mental health. Practicing self-love improves your self-esteem and overall mental health significantly. Therefore, practicing self-love is also a very important habit to become mentally strong. So friends, these were some 5 qualities often seen in mentally strong people. And if you also want to become mentally strong, you need to develop a mindset like this. If you like the content of my video, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon for future video updates. Thank you.